Welcome to Building Relationships in Higher Education. Building trusting relationships between instructors and students is important in higher education for multiple reasons. First, students are more likely to enjoy their time in the instructor's class if they've built a good relationship. Having an instructor whom the student sees as a mentor has been linked to the student's success, not only in their academic journey, but also later on in their lives. A trusting relationship can also make it easier for the student to approach the instructor. However, what's the best practice for building relationships and a rapport with your students? This is an issue that many instructors face. One professor for an Arizona university found that the same practices can be applied to both online and traditional students. These practices include, but are not limited to, instructor-created video content, such as giving the assignment and describing the directions for it, or giving short lectures that your students can watch that go along with the content for that week. Sharing relevant personal experience. Lastly, show interest in the lives of students. As an instructor, I need to learn the needs and interests of my adult students. I can do this in multiple ways. I can show interest when a student approaches me with a question or a concern, giving my undivided attention to them. Hand out a questionnaire form at the beginning of each semester so I can learn a little bit about them and see how they handle such an assignment. Also, I can find out if there are any help on campus for students who have, say, dyslexia or ADHD or other issues that could hinder them in their learning process. Can give this information out in class without singling out any student and making them feel like all eyes are on them. One thing to keep in mind is that students are not going to share the same viewpoint as the instructor. Not all the time. Not everyone shares the same viewpoint as their instructor. I need to be open to allowing them, the student, to share their viewpoints and opinions, not only with me, but with the rest of the class. And just as I need to be open to letting students share their viewpoints, I need to also let them know of other viewpoints outside of my own that are within the topic of the class. For example, not all historians share the same viewpoints. In fact, most historians disagree on everything, even small, minute issues. Not all historians share the same viewpoint of Thomas Jefferson, for example. Some see him as a visionary ahead of his time, while others see him as just another white slave owner who just wanted to make things good for people like himself. Students need to be aware of all the viewpoints so that they can make their own informed decision. As Christians, we should tell the truth and let our students choose for themselves, just as God gives us the truth and lets us choose for ourselves whether to follow Christ or not.